Hi, this is Benjamin, founder of Farmagain. Recently, we have been focusing more on how to increase the revenue and the profit from any farm. And in that series, we have seen intercropping, and today we have come to a farm which is in Palakkad district, Kerala, in a place called Attapadi. And what they have done here is very interesting. The primary crop is avocado, and in between the avocado trees, they have planted many high value crops such as rambutan, mangosteen, lychee, egg fruit, white apple, star fruit, orange, and many more. And beautifully, they have been intercropped, and all of them are high value crops. So, when they all come to harvest, it is going to be a very, very high revenue and high profit farm. So, generally, this place is blessed with abundance of water. And the locals say they get maybe 3 4 showers of rain in every 1 or 2 months. But from 2023 August, they're saying they have not received even a single spell of rain. Now, the farm owner had maybe predicted this before, or he wanted to plan water management very well. So, what he has actually done is quite interesting. He has channelized all the water because this is an undulated place. He has channelized all the rainwater to come to one common place. He has used some 4-inch PVC pipes here and there and brings all the water to a lower part of the farm. And there he has created water harvest infrastructure. Basically, an infrastructure that can take filtered water or filtered rainwater straight to the aquifer down there. And what he does is he creates maybe 5 by 5 or 10 by 10 or maybe 10 feet dia pit or 5 feet dia pit, and he fills the pits with gravels and charcoal and also sand, and he has a PVC pipe right in the middle that goes all the way to the aquifer, maybe 150 feet or 200 feet down. Therefore, what happens is the rainwater, the drain come to a common place, get filtered through these mechanisms, and they go straight to the aquifer, helping him recharge his own aquifers. And it is in fact not only going to help him, but probably the neighborhood, because the aquifers are connected underground. The other thing, this is an undulated area, therefore the soil erosion during heavy rains is a very common scene in any undulated place. So what he has actually done is that wherever the lands slope down, at the corners, he has actually planted vetiver. And vetiver is known for its very heavy root structure. On one hand, it maintains soil porosity, and on the other hand, it actually helps avoid soil erosion. Avocado, commonly known as butterfruit. So far, the trend was that only the Western people were eating it, maybe in their salads, in their breakfast. And within India, maybe it was considered a rich man's fruit. But the medicinal benefits of avocado is being known by many people today. Therefore, in fact, you are able to see this fruit in very, very common fruit shops that did not sell avocado before. The demand is actually constantly increasing. And because the demand is increasing, recently, if you noticed, commercial ecosystem is getting built around this crop. And today there are people who actually supply saplings, they give you agronomy consultancy, and they also sign an agreement with you to procure the fruits back when they mature. And even people from Israel and Spain, they come down to India, especially the southern part of India. They hold conferences and they try to promote avocado again with a buyback. So very clearly the demand is increasing and the economics of this crop seems to be quite high. At least in the next 15 years or 20 years, the economics of this crop is going to remain high. And because the consumption is just starting to grow, and in a vast country like this, imagine when the consumption grows to multifold, 2 times the people currently who use today start to consume, or 3 times the current consumption goes up, you can imagine how much of demand would get created. And which is why a lot of people are now trying to jump into this. Therefore, it is a crop to monitor, watch out for, and probably, if possible, actually cultivate. One would wonder why these Israelis or Spain or other European companies come from there to India, the to southern part of India, and try to establish contract farming. Simple. Their land is limited and the temperature variations is quite high. Avocado is a crop that actually does not like extreme cold or extreme hot. It likes tropical, subtropical weather like our place, which is why these companies are coming to our place and trying to establish contract with us. As far as avocado goes, it can grow on any soil pretty much. But the only condition, the soil should not be a waterlogging soil or a type of clay that holds too much of water. So there it won't grow quite well. So this may sound very familiar to you. We have talked uh, quite a many times about air-water balance, a situation where the water and the air are in right proportion at the root zone. Now, we have also discussed about this many times. Grotron is the only system that has the ability to maintain air-water balance. How does it do? Very simple. We sense the soil parameters, we sense the ambient parameters, and we use artificial intelligence to try simulate and figure out when the soil moisture may dry up. In other words, the air water balance may go out of balance, and then it will try to do a secondary prediction of when and how long to irrigate and irrigate accordingly. So what happens because of this? Two things. One, it is going to help the plants try to get to its genetic capacity by maintaining the air water balance, number one. Number two, in this farm particularly, we saw that although it is a water abundant place, in this harsh summer, water is becoming scarce even here. But this farm owner has done very diligent steps in preserving the water or harvesting the water. That's a good thing. I mean, he doesn't allow water to go waste, doesn't allow the water to flow down and get wasted, rather makes all the water go down to his own aquifers. That's a very good thing. So he has saved water. He has ensured even in peak summer, there is some water at least available to irrigate his plants. But how Grotron helps is in using that saved water extremely diligently, only where necessary, and therefore ensuring there is water left for the rest of the summer also until the next rainy season as much as possible. So avocado plantation is done in many different ways. The traditional spacing is about 10 meters by 8 meters or say 30 feet by 25 feet. But then now there are a lot of people who do high density and even ultra high density. We've already seen ultra high density mango plantation recently, and if you want to know more about it, click the link and you can see ultra high density mango. And very similar to mango, even here, the high density and the ultra high density are going to give many fold yield than the traditional spacing. As per the prevailing prices of today, it is likely that a high density plantation of avocado can give around 10 to 15 lakhs of income per year from 1 acre. And added with the intercrops, as you see in this crop, the income is going to only grow higher. Therefore, in a high revenue, high profit potential crop such as avocado, it is extremely important to create the environment that is right for the crop so that it can target to reach the genetic capacity, which is where Grotron and these crops are always intertwined. You cannot separate them because they need the best air water balance, and Grotron is the only system that can give the best air water balance, and which is why Grotron becomes indispensable in a farm like this. To summarize, any farm can be made into a high revenue farm and they can make real good profits. But what is important is to choose the right crops depending on where the farm is located, the weather conditions, and all of that. And second, we are also in a dire situation to save water. And if you see the heat map of this country, you will know why this is extremely important. Once you have selected the right crop, for the crop to get to its genetic capacity, like we said, you'll have to maintain the air-water balance, which is based on the evapotranspiration science. And that is a science based on which Grotron was built. And that is a very science based on which we were selected as one of the top 100 innovators of India for the year 2023. I hope this video was informative to you. And if you think this could be of some help to somebody you know, please do forward this to them. And if you would like to get notified of these kinds of interesting videos in the future, please do subscribe. Until we meet again in another interesting video, bye-bye, Benjamin.